That was fun, huh? A few more remarks. I promise you this will not be all doom and gloom like my last time. So to provide our guys with a diverse set of opportunities, experiences, and support, GOSO partners with a wide range of companies with varying degrees of perspectives and expertise. And we really treasure these relationships. Thank you. So each year, we make it a point to acknowledge these partnerships by awarding a company with the Corporate Partner of the Year award. This award is meant to recognize and put into the spotlight a company that has shown a true commitment to GOSO and has had a meaningful impact on the guys we serve. And so when we were discussing, which company should receive this award, I of course tried to give it to my employer, Goldman Sachs. But I was quickly reminded that since they won 2 years ago, they'd be ineligible for a little bit. But I had to sneak it through because I have been hounding them all so much throughout the entire year to volunteer, donate, and come to the gala. And by the way, they showed up tonight. Guys, thank you. I will try again harder next year. But in all honesty, I couldn't think of a more deserving company than this year's Corporate Partner of the Year, Debevoise & Plimpton. For 2 years now, Debevoise has been sending at least three employees to GOSO offices every single month to participate in our monthly interview skills workshops, sitting one-on-one with our guys for in-character, practice interview, and feedback sessions. And after a while, after the Debevoise volunteers got comfortable, they started doing so much more. They helped to fundraise. They participated in professional clothing drives. They donated Fresh Direct gift cards and made Costco runs to get groceries for our young guys. So a big thanks to Jennifer Cowan, the firm's pro bono counsel, and a lawyer in the litigation department for working her magic to keep GOSO top of mind at Debevoise. Debevoise employees have also been working closely with GOSO on the recently formed GOSO Action Board, which will be playing a growing role in bringing together a diverse set of professionals to support GOSO initiatives through thought leadership and volunteerism. That worked. Thank you. Lastly, and the Action Board is chaired by Sarah Wolf, a litigation associate at Debevoise, and honestly just an amazing person to work with. And she has some good company from Debevoise, from Simone Hicks, a corporate associate, and Anna Frischtak, a former Debevoise litigator, both of whom are founding members of the Action Board. Lastly, and I want to listen to this is important. Debevoise successfully represented a GOSO guy in a civil rights action against the city and several police officers, following a 5-year pre-trial detention at Rikers Island from the age of 15 to 20. And this action resulted in a sizable settlement for this young man who's actually in the room tonight. So I want to just thank Debevoise for their commitment to our work. And just to let you know, within the past 2 months, Debevoise litigation teams have taken on 2 more pro bono criminal appeals for GOSO clients. Debevoise & Plimpton and its employees have shown a true commitment to working with GOSO in meaningful ways, and it is my pleasure to present them with GOSO's 2018 Corporate Partner of the Year award. To accept this award on Debevoise & Plimpton's behalf is Sean Hecker, a partner in the litigation department. Sean is a member of the Criminal Justice Act panel in the Southern District of New York, where he routinely represents federal criminal defendants in need. And he also chairs the boards of the Office of the Appellate Defender and the Federal Defenders of New York. Sean has a long-standing commitment to representing pro bono defendants in need and is dedicated to criminal justice reform. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Sean Hecker.
So I surveyed the room on the way up here, and it was very clear that everyone was really interested at this point in the night in hearing from a lawyer talk about his law firm. but bear with me. I'm truly honored and proud to accept on behalf of Debevoise and Plimpton this award from GOSO, which is an organization that is truly at the vanguard of efforts to address a key element of our country's really appalling mass incarceration crisis. I personally deserve absolutely no credit for the award that my firm is receiving tonight, but consider me a stand-in for my colleagues who share a deep commitment to ensuring that our lawyers better their communities and take on worthy causes. And having been here tonight, like all of you, I can't imagine a better way for our lawyers to spend their time than to commit to GOSO and its clients. Our criminal justice system in New York is measurably better for GOSO's incredible efforts. I want to thank my firm, Jennifer Cowan, our pro bono counsel, who has really worked to foster our firm's relationship with GOSO. And as you've heard, our firm is taking on pro bono representations, including for a GOSO guy, Ryan Dufert, who's sitting over at table 42. Stand, if you would, Ryan, just for a moment. I hope some of you get a chance to meet Ryan. He's a remarkable guy, and I want to tell you a little bit more about the case that Reg mentioned, because it's a remarkable case. In 2006, Ryan was arrested 3 days after a fight outside a Queens bar that left one man dead and another seriously injured. Ryan was one of dozens of high school students at the bar that night. He's always maintained his innocence because he is innocent. He was 15 years old at the time of his arrest, 15. And he was incarcerated at Rikers Island for 5 years, as you heard from Reg, from the ages of 15 to 20. Imagine that. For 5 years, presumed innocent, sitting at Rikers Island. That in itself is a remarkable injustice. It should never happen. After 5 years at Rikers, he was acquitted. He was acquitted of all the charges because the sole witness to pick Ryan out of a lineup couldn't identify Ryan in court. And in fact, she testified that the reason that she'd identified Ryan in the lineup was based solely on the fact that he was wearing a sweatshirt that was similar in color to the shirt that she saw on the back of one of the people involved in the fight. Not surprisingly, Ryan brought a lawsuit in the aftermath of his acquittal. Another firm took the case, and the district court, the trial court, granted summary judgment to the defendants, believing as a matter of law that there was a sufficient basis for arresting and prosecuting Ryan. No firm would take the appeal on a contingency basis at that point in the proceeding, but thanks to Sarah Wolf, who's also at table 42 and knew Ryan's GOSO mentor, Debevoise took the case pro bono. A team consisting of Kayla Bensing, Sarah Wolf, Mike Brenner, also at table 42, Jane Chung, also at table 42. We've got a bunch of rock stars over there. Obtained a unanimous reversal in the appellate court based on the argument that the lineup at which Ryan was identified was tainted. It was tainted because, notwithstanding the fact that numerous people at the bar that night were all wearing similarly colored shirts, in the lineup, Ryan was the only person who was wearing a shirt of the same color of the person who the witness claimed to have seen at the bar that night. The Second Circuit, the Court of Appeals, found that the lineup was the paradigmatic example of an improperly suggestive lineup, and that it clearly was. The court also expressed the hope that shockingly long pretrial detentions like this one will soon be a thing of the past, and the court cited to the city bar's report of the independent commission that recently called for the closing of Rikers Island, and they certainly got that one right too. It was a remarkable victory for Ryan. The lawyers who are here tonight, who were able to work for him, couldn't be more privileged to have had the chance to do this work for him, and we hope it is the start of many cases that our firm can contribute to GOSO and its clients. And it's not just litigators, as you've heard Simone Hicks, one of our employee benefits lawyers, and members of our staff have participated in these interview workshops, which I had a chance to participate in a couple of weeks ago as well. And it was an incredibly rewarding experience. The staff, the GOSO guys, they couldn't be more inspiring. Those of you who have not done it really need to do it. In addition to going in your wallets, you really ought to take the opportunity to get there and participate in these workshops. You all have a ton to offer. So on behalf of my firm, I want to say thank you to GOSO and its clients for giving us an opportunity to continue to help you in your incredibly important work, and thank you for this recognition.
All right, we're not going to quite make 9:30, but we're going to be close. Time for our special honorees of the evening. Our first honoree is Mr. Matt Galligan. Now, I'd like to give you some background on Matt's career and the new businesses he's built. He's built 4 of them successfully: CIT, Bank of Ireland, founding real estate syndications at Fleet and Bank of Boston, and started another investment banking business. He's accomplished 2 in the last 10 years of his career. Though Matt has spent his career in corporate, he possesses an entrepreneurial spirit. More than once, he created a startup where he amassed a dynamic, intelligent, and loyal team that, combined with his distinguished and stellar reputation in the real estate industry, he is relationships-oriented rather than transactionally oriented, and they resulted in the formation of a highly successful business. Year after year, Matt's recognized as one of the most important figures in real estate finance. And what's extraordinary about him is his readiness to share his insights, his experiences, his Rolodex to any of his peers. Though his daily calendar is always full, Matt finds a way to meet with anyone looking for guidance, mentoring, and direction. I think herein lies the connection for Matt and GOSO, an organization whose mission is empowerment with continued support, and therefore, we would like to give our special honoree award to Matt Galligan.
Thank you so much. By now you probably figured out that I'm the other MG in a 1 MG race. So I'll try to be quick here. I just want to say hello to my friends, and there are many here tonight, my colleagues at CIT, with his hand up over there, led by Chris Niederprum, and my clients who are here as well tonight. My wife, Susan, she's fabulous. She's here with our older boy, Teddy, and his fiancee, Alexa. My son, Philip, is here joining us, and I'm so proud of these boys as well as my wife. There's no greater thrill in life to get to this point and have a wonderful family, and that's what we have. My very special sister, I have 4 sisters, but this is my special sister, Patricia, is here. And she does needlepoint, so we have to, this time of year you want a needlepoint belt, you better make her special. And her husband, John Duffy, are here as well. Renee Munoz, who keeps the trains running where I am, keeps me out of trouble on a daily basis, is here. She deserves a round of applause. Charlie Kushner introduced me to this organization. And I feel compelled. Once in a while, I'll send Charlie a text when I read something. And it really troubles me that the world does not know that Charlie Kushner left on Monday and went to France to sit Shiva with an employee of his and came back to be here tonight with Cyril. You should also know that for a year, Charlie went out to Rikers Island and met with inmates on Wednesday morning with Mark. And I haven't read about that either. Charlie has been a good friend to me. He's been very supportive to me in my career. I've said this publicly before that Charlie embraces you, and with his embrace, you become a member of his family, and that's absolutely true, and I'm so proud to be a member of his family. Through Charlie, I got to know Mark Goldsmith, who, he's a power of example to me. I'm 64, and inevitably in the corporate world, you face a time where, you may have to move on. And I see what he has done with his life since that period. He's a fantastic leader, and he's a leader that has that special touch that can reach down to people and touch them in a very personal way. And I'm just stunned at what a great job he's done here. I've also seen a lot of parallels between Goso's work and my work. 23 years ago, through the grace of God, I stopped drinking. Walking away from this behavior was one of the hardest and scariest things I have ever done in my life. I was inspired by a mere mustard seed of hope. Almost no hope at my life at that time. Enormous support from my family, mental health professionals, therapists, and friends such as Mark Scott, who's here tonight. We're all part of the team that I brought forward, and I've had just a fabulous life since then. I've been able to build, by using some of these skills, a terrific family, a great career, and I feel blessed. And here tonight, usually when I'm at these kinds of events, frankly, I zone out. But when I heard these guys speak, I just am so fascinated by their lives. And the thing that really captures me is their ability to use these tools to create traction, to move through their lives and solve other problems. Because as we all know, life entails problems, more problems. But if you have a skill set that allows you to go out and figure things out, to ask help from professionals, whether they be Mark or licensed professionals and, a good friend, it makes for a very powerful life after a while. I am sure that if we're here 15, 20 years from now, we'll see success among these people that will pale in comparison to what we've seen so far. And Goso deserves tremendous credit for that. So now, I should probably read from my prepared remarks now. Goso provides the same kind of support that benefited me all those years, bridging the gap for youths that have been part of the criminal justice system. In the critical transition period where they have the most uncertainty and the scariness, Goso's able to step in and help them with this assistance to get jobs, to get further education, to learn how to interview, and also many activities. Another critical part of this I saw firsthand when I went to Goso, and Mark took me into a conference room at one point, and the guys were playing chess there. And the fellowship that develops from playing a little game like that keeps people together, like-minded people together. And I think that's so important when you're trying to break a pattern, as I did. You have to get in with the crowd that wants to do the same thing and enjoy being with them. The results we've heard about, I will repeat it. I'm going to try to say this word, recidivism. That's a tough one for me. And there's only about a 15% rate relative to a 67% national rate. Here's a statistic. In New York State, it costs $118,000 to house an inmate a year. The cost is borne economically by all of us, but now start to think about the families, the communities, and just the waste of talent. So this just doesn't work. Everyone at some point in their lives finds themselves in a place where they don't want to be and shouldn't be. A struggle ensues where we need thoughtful, loving, and supportive people to get us on a positive path. Goso participants are good people, striving for success, and in need of the tools to get there. The staff of Goso gives the participants the care and courage they need to make this transition. Thank you for supporting Goso. It works.
All right, Gabby, you probably thought we'd never get to you, right? We're here. Gabrielle Hamani serves as the CEO of BHI, which is part of Bank Hapoalim, Israel's largest banking group. He specializes in full-service, personalized banking for medium-sized businesses. Mr. Hamani has 25 years of experience in banking, finance, and management. During Mr. Hamani's tenure at Bank Hapoalim, he has held several different roles, including head of the Israeli Business Group, manager of the New York branches and CEO. Mr. Hamani also serves on the board of Hapoalim Securities. Since 2012, he also served on BHI's USA Advisory Board. Previously, Mr. Hamani filled a variety of senior positions with Bank Hapoalim, Israel, and its subsidiaries. Mr. Hamani holds a BA degree in economics and an MBA specializing in accounting from Hebrew University in Jerusalem. He also serves on the board of directors of the American Friends of the Tel Aviv University. Gabrielle, please come forward and accept your award. All right, now, I got a little tradition. What does this man do but invite a former winner of this award, the Hajmi brothers? Are they still here? No.
I think they left.
I think a little tradition. I think you should come up and help hand out the award. I mean, you guys got the award last year, and you're friends of Gabby's, right? Feel free. Gabby, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Very nicely done. Thank you. Well done.
Well, last but not least, almost done, guys. So I was debating if to read my written notes, and I will start saying something from the heart. You know, we all come to these gala events occasionally, and as Mr. Galligan said very wisely, we doze off, right? That was the... But this is really amazing. You know, I just heard MG, I'm GH, by the way, read the spectrum of my career, and my mom would probably be very amazed to hear all of my achievements. But I think we are being shadowed by this remarkable young man in the room tonight. You must agree. I mean, the journey that they are going through is nothing. I mean, what we've been through as very successful human beings, and there's a lot of us in this room, is nothing to what they are going through. So I'm impressed, guys, and congratulations for your success. Well, by the way, I'm also here because of Charlie Kushner. And I think, Charlie, you're the one who introduced me to GOSO last year, and look at me now. A year after, I'm on stage. So, yeah, quite an achievement. So thank you, Charlie, for believing in me and giving me this honor. So it's really a genuine honor to be here tonight, surrounded by, as I said, so many exceptional people. I want to acknowledge MG, Mark, and this outstanding organization, the board of directors, the advisory directors of this, for this recognition. I salute you for the outstanding work you do on behalf of this important organization. I also want to acknowledge again Mr. Matthew Galligan, all the honorees, the dedicated volunteers and supporters. I hold you all in high regard for the contribution you've made on behalf of this amazing organization. I'm humbled and inspired by GOSO's dedication to build and expand this very effective program for incarcerated young men. Through the support of the community and with education, counseling, and mentoring, they are given the second chance at life. And the tools, the skills, the newfound confidence help them face challenges and rise to fulfill their greatest potential. I sincerely believe that their successful re-entry benefits not only the young men themselves, but the entire community. They in turn become valued members of society who hold down steady jobs, raise families, and contribute to their communities. Giving back by investing time and resources is a personal core value of myself and the organization I work for. It is one that is founded in BHI's core DNA, and we encourage our employees to be involved in their own communities. We believe it is our responsibility to lead an active role in our surrounding communities, and in order to be an integral part of our communities, we genuinely strive to strengthen and improve the well-being of all. And I hope everyone here will continue to support this great organization and the young men who deserve a second chance. May we all remember that the great compassion and vision of one person has a powerful effect that reaches more and more people. Eventually, a community rises up to make an impact and affect change. GOSO, thank you again for honoring me tonight, and keep up doing the great work you're doing. Good night, everybody.
Next is a very special award. Eric, I need your help. Each year, the staff sits down and figures out who is our staff member of the year. And this is a secret. Nobody knows who it's going to be, except myself and a few other people. I've asked somebody else to join me on stage to help present the award. And I want you all to know the award for this year goes to the head of Save East Harlem, Omar Jackson. And joining me on stage at the right is Eric Cumberbatch from the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice. Thank you. 378 days, huh? All right, here comes one of the most humble men in America and heads up the most amazing organization. Give a round of applause to Omar Jackson.
Wow. Thank you, thank you. Of course, I'm surprised. I wish I would have had a heads up, but thank you. I'm truly honored. I want to thank MG for just giving me the opportunity. Always supporting me, Sarah as well, my SAVE staff, my line staff, and my administrative staff. You know, without you guys, none of this is possible. Definitely the Office to Prevent Gun Violence, Eric Cumberbatch, Kana, for always supporting me, Jessica. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. And thank you again. I'm just honored to be here. SAVE is doing an amazing job. We had 380 days and no shootings in East Harlem community. And, you know, we plan to keep that number growing. Thank you again.
All right, before we get to the live auction, John, I need you on stage, Mr. Berman. This award just appeared. GOSO honors John Berman, MC Extraordinaire. John, we really appreciate it.
Who else was going to get the John Berman Award? It was a very small field this year. Thank you very much, MG. It's an honor. Once again, I would like to introduce Ryan Cohen for a very exciting part of the evening, the actual live auction. Thank you all very much, Ryan. Thank you. Thanks everyone who stuck around here to the bitter end. You got a great deal on a great restaurant over there in the corner there. Thank you so much for supporting GOSO. What a wonderful organization. Get home safely. Bye-bye, everyone.